Hey everyone. Um, well, my insights lately have definitely been revolving around this piano course that I'm running, and that certainly continues. I mean, it's pretty it's pretty full time in terms of my headspace. It's obviously not it's not a full time job in terms of hours in the day, but yeah, although it feels like that. But it's very much it's very much what my life's about right now. And I think one outgrowth of that, or maybe it's just a kind of inevitable aspect of starting a business like this, but all of the material that I'm teaching, all of the content is somehow almost most relevant to me, even more than to my students. I mean, it's hard to say more because I think it's very relevant to them too. I hope that it's relevant to them. but I'm just noticing, so I've been using the last couple of days to just kind of explore some ways of breaking up patterns and finding that we're sort of almost midway through the course, which is a cool place to be because it's like I think it's sort of becoming a little bit normalized. I've said this in previous posts. It's getting a little bit, the newness is wearing off, and we're into the meat and potatoes of the work now, like the real kind of heart of the matter. And it's like what's coming up for me is that the thing that kind of keeps blowing my mind is so I'll work with someone and do a lesson on whatever it is. Last couple of days it's been like some physical stuff. It almost feels like inspired by my physical theater training, and I will work with a student or a series of students or a couple students on a pod or whatever, and then literally that day or the next day I'll be working on something in my own practice, and I'll be like, oh, that's why I needed that lesson to come through. It's because of X. It's because I need to do the exercise that I was just teaching, that I was just demonstrating, that I was just encouraging someone else to do. And that, it gives me tons of sort of gratitude and joy that that's the case. And it also gives me an odd sense of kind of peace, because it feels like these students at this time are on a journey with me at this time. There's a way in which, in my own thinking about this course before I started doing it, I always imagined, and in some ways I think I still catch myself imagining this, I imagined that I would design a course, and that course would be designed in such a way as to bring about a certain result or give people a certain experience. But it's that designing part of it that I'm finding I have to take my hands off the wheel in order to do it. I can't actually design it from my mind, even though I think maybe eventually there will come a time when I can reflect on what I've done and maybe add more structure or maybe improve certain things, sequence it differently, whatever. But there's also a way in which the sequencing and the flow and what's coming out at what time is totally right, given these people at this time and myself at this time. And so that is just a really gratifying feeling of peace and kind of, oh, it's really true that the universe is supporting us in every moment. It's really true that what's coming through right now is all we need. That's really true. It's actually manifesting in this project in a really big way. And it also makes me face into the unknown, like the future, the next 3 weeks of the course, the second half basically, with a little bit just more, I don't know, ease of being, just kind of faith that it's writing itself. It's like when you first start writing a book, I imagine you feel like, oh my Lord, I have an entire book ahead of me. But once you've written half of a book, you're like, well, I've written half of a book. I can write the other half. Now I know I can write half a book. So starting now, I can write another, So I think there's that. I think there's that, a little bit of that too. Like it's sinking in that this is actually, that it's working, in a really nice way. So that's cool, and that's fun to feel. It's fun to feel that it's the words I want to use immediately and they feel wrong is under control, but it's not under control. It's actually manifesting through me without my control. Me, like letting go of control is kind of the big name of the game, not designing it so much, just letting it grow and letting it express and letting it kind of flow. That's really where it's at. And so it's been nice to see various manifestations of that and various affirmations of that over the last couple days. And yeah, I think and that and nothing, and that's where I am. It's weird because it's really this sense of like there's a part of me that still thinks I need to, in order to be responsible, in order to take responsibility, I have to do some kind of hard work. I have to somehow be working hard, basically. And I've talked about this with Kyle. I've talked about this with Katie. I've talked about this with my friend Larry. I've talked about this with any number of people who are all kind of affirming for me, no, you don't need to work hard. You just need to be present, be genuinely here. And but it's very encouraging to see really tangible results and to be getting positive feedback from actual other people. It makes it really feel like this isn't just an exercise that's all in my head. It's actually a real thing, and it's actually a genuinely like very productive way of engaging with the world. So yeah, it feels good. That's where I'm at, people. Love you all. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.